Let us pray. God is already here.
Father God, in the quiet place where our breath slows and the noise of the world finally softens, we come before you not with polished strength, but with trembling hearts that long for steadiness, knowing that you see every shadow we carry and every mountain standing in front of us, and still you remain our light when the path feels dim, our salvation when fear whispers that we are alone, the steady presence who does not turn away when courage feels thin. You know the battles waiting beyond today, the words we are afraid to speak, the steps we are unsure to take, the weight of expectations pressing on our chests. And yet your nearness surrounds us like dawn, breaking over a dark horizon, reminding us that we are not abandoned to our own strength, but held by yours. You speak courage not as a demand, but as a promise, not as pressure, but as companionship, telling our souls that we do not walk forward unsupported, that your hand steadies us when our knees shake, and your voice calms the storm of what-ifs rising within. If your heart is weary and longing for reassurance, come rest in this moment and breathe in the truth that God is already with you. Let your presence settle deeper than fear, deeper than memory, deeper than every past failure, as we begin this prayer, trusting that you go before us, walk beside us, and stand behind us, quietly shaping courage where fear once lived. Lord, as we remain here with you, we acknowledge how easily fear disguises itself as wisdom, how often discouragement pretends to be realism, and how quickly our confidence can erode when the future feels uncertain. Yet you are the strength of our life even when our hands feel empty and our resolve feels fragile. You illuminate corners of our hearts we have avoided, places where past wounds taught us to hesitate, where disappointment trained us to expect less, and still. You stand patiently, whispering that fear does not get the final word, that darkness cannot overpower the light you place within us. You remind us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust you while fear still lingers, to take one faithful step, even when the whole road is not yet visible. Your presence becomes our anchor when circumstances shift, when voices around us grow loud, when doubt presses close like a heavy fog, and in that closeness we remember that whom shall we fear when you are our defender and refuge. If you feel the weight of hesitation holding you back right now, gently lean your heart toward God and let Him carry what you cannot. Allow His strength to replace the tightness in your chest, His peace to quiet the racing thoughts, as this prayer continues unfolding, drawing us deeper into the assurance that His courage is already being formed within us. God of steadfast love, you see the moments when bravery feels impossible, when the memory of past failures echoes louder than hope, when the call to move forward feels heavier than the comfort of staying still. And yet you remain unwavering, never withdrawing your presence, never measuring our worth by our performance. You tell us again and again not to be afraid, not because danger is imaginary, but because your faithfulness is greater than every threat we face, both seen and unseen. In the silence between our thoughts, you strengthen us from the inside out, reminding us that courage does not roar but often arrives quietly, like a steady breath, like resolve returning to tired bones. You walk with us into unfamiliar territory, into conversations we have avoided, into seasons we did not choose, and you do not rush us or shame us for trembling along the way. Your promise to never leave nor forsake us settles gently over our hearts, dissolving the lie that we must survive on our own. If you are carrying fear that feels too heavy to name, offer it to God right now without explanation or apology. Let this moment be one where trust grows softly, where your soul begins to sense that divine strength is wrapping around every weakness, preparing us to continue forward together in faith and quiet courage. Faithful Father, as our hearts open wider in your presence, we confess how often we shrink back from the unknown, mistaking uncertainty for danger, forgetting that you are already standing in tomorrow waiting to meet us there. You remind us that we can do all things through the strength you provide, not through striving or self-reliance, but through a deep, abiding connection to you that renews our inner resolve. When exhaustion blurs our vision and discouragement clouds our hope, your Spirit whispers endurance, inviting us to rise again even if our steps feel slow and uneven. You know the silent battles we fight, the moments when courage feels borrowed rather than owned, and you meet us there with patience, never demanding perfection, only trust. Your strength flows gently into our weakness, not overwhelming us, but empowering us in ways we may not immediately recognize. If your spirit is longing for reassurance that you are capable of facing what lies ahead, allow God to speak strength into you right now. Let His promise settle deeply, reminding you that every challenge you face is already surrounded by His presence. And as this prayer continues, may your heart begin to believe that courage is growing quietly within you. Lord our God, you remain constant even as the landscape of our lives keeps shifting. Even as doors close, paths change, and expectations fall apart in our hands, and in the middle of all this movement, you steady us with the quiet truth that you are with us wherever we go. When fear rises like a tide and threatens to pull us under, you do not shout from a distance but step into the water with us, holding us upright until our footing feels sure again. You know how deeply discouragement can settle into the soul, how it can whisper that we are alone, that we are unprepared, that we are too weak for what stands ahead. Yet your presence gently dismantles those lies, reminding us that strength is not something we must manufacture, but something we receive. You uphold us with your righteous hand when we feel like collapsing under the weight of responsibility and expectation, and you never let go even when our grip falters. If you are standing at the edge of something difficult and your heart is racing, let yourself lean fully into God right now. Breathe out the fear you have been carrying and breathe in the assurance that He is walking beside you, shaping courage step by step as this prayer continues to unfold without haste or end. Holy God, in the depth of this prayerful stillness, you meet us where resolve feels fragile and confidence feels worn thin, and you remind us that courage is not something we summon alone, but something you breathe into us when we dare to trust you. You see the private fears we hide behind calm expressions, the doubts we carry silently, the worries that visit us late at night, and still your voice remains steady, calling us forward with gentleness rather than force. You are our light when clarity feels distant, our strength when our energy is spent, our shelter when the world feels too loud and uncertain, and your presence softens the sharp edges of fear that once controlled our choices. You teach us that bravery can look like patience, like obedience in small steps, like choosing hope when despair feels easier. And you honor every quiet act of faith we offer. Even when the road ahead feels long and unfamiliar, you walk with us at a pace that matches our hearts, never abandoning us to confusion or fear. If you find yourself longing for reassurance that God truly sees you in this season, allow your heart to turn toward Him now and rest in the certainty that His eyes are upon you. As we remain here, may courage continue to grow gently within us, shaped by trust, sustained by love, and carried forward by the promise that God's presence does not waver. Gracious Lord, as this prayer flows onward like a quiet river, you invite us to notice how fear often tightens our grip on control, how it convinces us that safety is found in standing still. Yet, you softly remind us that life with you is movement guided by trust rather than certainty. You are the God who goes before us, clearing paths we cannot yet see, standing behind us as our rear guard, and walking beside us so we never face the unknown alone. When our hearts race at the thought of confrontation, change, or loss, your presence slows us down, grounding us in the truth that nothing ahead of us is stronger than the one within us. You strengthen our inner being, not with loud declarations, but with a quiet resilience that grows through prayer, through surrender, through repeated reminders that we are held. You do not rush our growth or shame our hesitation, but patiently teach us that courage can coexist with trembling, that faith can live alongside questions. If you feel uncertain about the next step, but sense God gently nudging you forward, take a moment now to whisper yes in your heart. Let this prayer carry you deeper into trust, where fear loosens its grip and courage begins to feel less like a demand and more like a gift unfolding in God's perfect time. Mighty and tender God, You know how courage can feel costly, how saying yes to your leading sometimes means leaving behind what is familiar, predictable, and comfortable. Yet you never ask us to walk away from safety without first offering the deeper safety of your presence. You remind us that fear loses its authority when we remember who walks with us. That discouragement fades when we lift our eyes to the one who upholds us with unwavering love. In moments when we feel surrounded by challenges larger than our strength, you become the strength of our life, steadying our thoughts, calming our breath, anchoring our hearts in truth that does not shift with circumstances. You teach us to trust not in our own ability to foresee every outcome, but in your faithfulness that remains constant even when the path bends unexpectedly. Your reassurance settles over us like a warm covering, whispering that we are not forgotten, not overlooked, not alone in this journey. If fear has been shaping your decisions more than faith, gently invite God into that space right now and allow His peace to begin rewriting the story. As this prayer continues to flow, may your heart feel increasingly safe to trust, increasingly willing to step forward, and increasingly aware that divine courage is rising within you, carried by love that never fails. Parte superior de formulario, parte inferior de formulario, ever-present Lord. As we linger in this sacred flow of words and breath, you draw our attention to the quiet ways you have always sustained us, even when we did not recognize your hand at work, even when fear convinced us that we were walking alone. You remind us that courage is often born in remembrance, in looking back and realizing that every previous valley did not consume us, every storm did not destroy us, because you were there strengthening us step by step. When anxiety tightens around our future and tries to steal our peace, you gently restore our focus, inviting us to trust that the same God who carried us before will carry us again. You do not minimize the challenges ahead, but you magnify your presence within them, assuring us that no obstacle has the authority to separate us from your sustaining love. Your faithfulness becomes our confidence, not because we feel fearless, but because we know we are not forsaken. If your heart is craving reassurance that you will not face tomorrow's battles alone, pause here and let God remind you of His nearness right now. Allow this prayer to continue shaping your trust, easing your fear, and quietly strengthening your spirit as courage keeps unfolding within the steady embrace of God's unfailing presence. Parte superior de formulario, parte inferior de formulario. Steadfast Father, you meet us in the in-between spaces where confidence has not yet arrived but fear no longer fully rules. And in that sacred tension, you patiently teach us how to trust again. You know how deeply we long for certainty, how desperately we want assurance before we move. Yet you invite us to walk by faith, not because the road is safe, but because you are faithful. Your voice reminds us that strength does not mean never trembling, but continuing forward even when our hands shake, knowing you are holding us steady. When discouragement whispers that we are not enough for what lies ahead, you counter it with truth that speaks louder than doubt. Truth that tells us you have already gone before us and prepared the way. You are our light when the path seems dim, our salvation when fear threatens to overwhelm, our constant companion when loneliness tries to creep in. You remain close in moments of hesitation, offering reassurance rather than urgency, grace rather than pressure. If you feel caught between fear and faith right now, allow yourself to choose trust in this very moment and lean into God's presence. As this prayer carries on, may your heart feel gently strengthened, your spirit quietly steadied, and your courage slowly awakened by the unchanging promise that God is with you wherever you go. Compassionate Lord, you understand how easily our hearts grow tired from carrying unseen burdens, how courage can wane when challenges stretch longer than expected, and still you draw near with patience that does not expire. You remind us that fear thrives in isolation, but it weakens in the presence of your truth, where your promises speak louder than our worries ever could. When our minds replay worst-case scenarios and our spirits brace for impact, you gently redirect us to the certainty of your companionship, assuring us that nothing ahead can separate us from your care. You are the God who strengthens us not all at once, but moment by moment, breath by breath, meeting us precisely where we are rather than where we think we should be. Your presence becomes a quiet refuge where courage is restored, not through pressure to perform, but through the safety of being known and loved. Even when we stumble forward unsure, you celebrate the faith it takes to keep going at all. If your heart feels tired of being strong and longs for rest without giving up, let God hold you here for a moment and renew you gently. As this prayer continues flowing, may your courage be replenished not by force, but by the steady assurance that you are never walking this journey without Him. Eternal God, in this unfolding stillness, you invite us to loosen our grip on fear and tighten our trust in your promises, even when the future remains unclear and the answers we seek have not yet arrived. You remind us that courage grows not from knowing every detail, but from believing that you are faithful in every step, guiding us through uncertainty with a steady hand and an unchanging heart. When we feel overwhelmed by responsibility or intimidated by opposition, you speak peace into the chaos, anchoring us in the truth that you are greater than every obstacle standing before us. Your presence steadies our thoughts when doubt spirals, and your strength fills the spaces where our own ability runs out. You do not rush us toward bravery, but nurture it patiently, allowing courage to rise at a pace our hearts can sustain. Even in moments when fear resurfaces, you remain constant, reminding us that your love does not waver with our emotions. If you feel overwhelmed by the weight of what lies ahead and unsure how to move forward, gently place that burden into God's hands right now and trust Him to carry it with you. As this prayer continues its gentle course, may your heart grow lighter, your spirit steadier, and your courage quietly renewed by the enduring presence of the one who never leaves you. Part superior de formulario. Part inferior de formulario. Faithful God, you walk with us through seasons where courage feels stretched thin and perseverance feels costly. And you never grow weary of reminding us that we are sustained by your strength and not our own. You know how fear can creep back in when progress feels slow, when prayers seem unanswered, when the road ahead still looks uncertain, yet you remain patient, steady, and close, guiding us with a love that does not fluctuate with our confidence. You invite us to trust that even when we cannot see immediate change, you are still working beneath the surface, building resilience, deepening faith, and shaping courage in ways that will one day bear fruit. Your presence reassures us that setbacks do not erase purpose, that pauses do not mean abandonment, and that every step forward, no matter how small, matters deeply to you. You become our refuge when discouragement presses in, reminding us that we are held securely in hands stronger than our fears. You restore hope gently, not with loud promises, but with the quiet certainty that you are near. If your heart feels discouraged by how long the journey is taking, allow yourself to lean into God right now and trust that He has not forgotten you. As this prayer continues to carry us onward, may your spirit feel steadied, your hope slowly renewed, and your courage strengthened by the unwavering presence of a God who walks every step with you. Gracious and ever near Lord, you remain with us in the moments when courage feels like a distant memory, and fear tries to convince us that we have reached the end of our strength, and still you do not withdraw or grow silent. You remind us gently that your command to be strong is also a promise to be present, that wherever we go, even into places we would rather avoid, you are already there waiting for us. When our hearts feel fragile and our resolve feels worn down by repeated trials, you become the quiet strength beneath our weakness, holding us steady when we feel close to giving up. You reassure us that we are not defined by how fearless we appear, but by how deeply we trust you in the midst of uncertainty. Your presence brings calm to the noise of doubt, anchoring us in the truth that you are our salvation and our shield. Even when fear resurfaces, you do not turn away, but draw closer still, reminding us that we are never abandoned to face life alone. If your soul feels close to surrender and longs for reassurance, allow God to meet you right here and whisper courage into your heart. As this prayer continues flowing onward, may your spirit find renewed strength, your fear lose its hold, and your courage be quietly restored through the steady, faithful presence of the God who never leaves you. Gentle Shepherd, you guide us through valleys where courage feels tested and through open fields where confidence slowly returns. and in every place you remain attentive to the condition of our hearts. You know when fear has made us cautious, when disappointment has made us guarded, and you never rush our healing or our growth. Instead, you walk with us patiently, reminding us that strength is not proven by how quickly we move forward, but by how faithfully we stay connected to you. When the weight of responsibility feels heavy and the future feels uncertain, you steady us with the promise that you are our help, our defender, and our constant companion. You teach us to lift our eyes beyond immediate threats and to rest in the truth that you are greater than anything that stands against us. Your presence becomes a quiet confidence within us, one that does not shout or boast, but endures. Even when our courage feels fragile, you nurture it with grace and understanding, never withdrawing your support. If you are longing to feel God's closeness more clearly in this season, turn your heart toward Him now and let His presence surround you. As this prayer continues, may your spirit feel gently strengthened, your fears softened, and your courage renewed by the faithful care of a God who leads you with love and steadiness. Ever faithful God, as this prayer draws us deeper into your presence, you remind us that courage is not a finish line we reach, but a relationship we live within, a steady reliance on you that grows stronger the more we trust. You know how easily fear resurfaces when we least expect it, how old worries can return in new forms, and still, you remain patient, never withdrawing your reassurance or your care. You speak again the truth that we do not face opposition alone, that we are not left to defend ourselves, that your strength surrounds us like an unseen shield when our own confidence falters. You are with us in conversations we dread, in decisions we postpone, in seasons that stretch us beyond what feels comfortable, and you do not abandon us halfway through the journey. Your presence steadies our thoughts, anchors our emotions, and reminds us that fear does not define our future when you are walking beside us. You quietly build endurance within us, shaping hearts that can stand firm even when circumstances remain unresolved. If you sense fear trying to reclaim space in your heart right now, gently invite God back into that place and let His peace settle there again. As this prayer continues without rushing toward an ending, may your courage feel increasingly grounded, your trust more secure, and your spirit more deeply aware that God is holding you steady through every step ahead. Abiding Father, in this final unfolding of our prayer, you draw us into a deeper awareness that courage has been quietly forming all along, shaped by your presence, sustained by your promises, and held steady by your unfailing love. You remind us that we never walked this path alone, that every trembling step was accompanied by your nearness, every fearful thought met by your truth, every weary moment upheld by your righteous hand. You are our light when shadows linger, our salvation when fear rises, our strength when our own resolve runs out, and your faithfulness remains unbroken from beginning to end. Even now, you continue to whisper peace into our hearts, assuring us that whatever lies ahead will never be faced without you, that your presence will go with us wherever we go. You gently seal this time of prayer not with urgency, but with comfort, allowing courage to rest within us as a quiet confidence rooted in trust rather than circumstance. If your heart is ready to receive God's peace and courage as you step back into your day, open yourself to Him now and welcome His nearness. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His presence surround you with calm. May His strength rise within you when challenges come, and may you walk forward unafraid, held securely in the love of the God who goes with you, helps you, upholds you, and never lets you go. If this prayer spoke to your heart, stay with us. Like this video so that more weary people can find rest. Subscribe to the channel to receive new prayers every day. And write in the comments the name or situation for which you would like prayer. We will be reading, praying, and walking with you. May you never feel alone. God is with you, and so are we.